We are back, everyone, just in time for Top Truth Memes of the Week number 6. I'm your host, Jason of Awake Souls. I'm joined by the Limitless Shining One. How are you doing, brother?
Awesome, man. I'm really excited to be here, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I'm super excited because I know some of the memes that are coming up this week, and it's wow, what a treasure trove. I mean, we were talking about how some of these truths come along, you're lucky if they come along once a week, once a month, once a year, or some of these things. And
hmm
this whole week is absolutely chock full of them. It's amazing.
Yeah, totally. We could you know, how many different we could stretch this out over like 6 months, right? Tonight's podcast, just letting everyone know. And that intro track was Back to Me by Karakota and Fred V. That was a really nice track. But yeah, there's a mixture tonight with like spiritual stuff. There's a little bit of truth, and we kind of want to lift spirits. We don't want to be all doom and gloom and what the rest of the realm is going through. We choose to just have a different vibe. That's what we do here. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And again, we just follow like we're spirit, soul led, and when the information comes in and whatever, we make the content. That's it. Like I'm just a conduit for it. Truth is the truth. It stands outside of me. It stands outside of Jason. It's itself. It's a roaring lion. It'll destroy anyone who steps in its way. It's just the truth is unstoppable. We just want to share it with you guys. We want to lift people up. We want to give you tools. We're not out here doing this as a passion project for fun. Like, we actually have a goal here. It's to empower people. What else are we going to do? When you've heard it said, right, Jason, that if something's given to you free, you're the product, right? It's
Yeah,
been
so
memed.
so people gotta wonder, why are these guys doing it for free, right?
Yes. And what the answer is because the payment is given to us in another place, in another kingdom, not of this one. Because if it was of this one, we wouldn't be able to have this information. So it's the stuff that's censored, stuff that's kept down, and this types of things. The world hates the truth, right? They would rather you tell them 10 billion lies. But tonight we're going to have so much different topics. It's crazy. I guess why don't you say hi? Who's all in the chat? I don't think YD is going to be making it in. We'll all keep praying for her to feel better. But
Yeah, I
we'll
see.
continue on.
We've got Bronick, we've got Seth, we've got Solid Tank, we've got Lisa Marie, we've got Joseph, we've got Becca Shine. This has sort of been our usuals, and people have been talking about how they miss seeing each other because we were off for two hangouts in a row. So it's not often that we do that. We also have Jerry Albert in the chat. So it's not often that we do something like that. I don't know. This week, I've got a video in production that should be done sometime next week. This now is a passion project. It was a bit of a grind to do the update video for the names, but now this is a passion project where I got my teeth sunk into heliocentrism and the fake flat Earth model, and boy oh boy, I'm telling you, at the end of this video, when people see this, you're gonna see how it's really ridiculous to believe in either one of those. Really ridiculous. So we're gonna show some huge heliocentric debunks, some huge fake flat earth debunks, and it looks like it's going to be like a 50-minute 55-minute video, somewhere right in that time frame. So the moon is the focus of this video.
La Luna.
Haven't really done a moon focus video like this before. I showed how to model it once, but now we're really getting into some of the measurable things that we can measure
It's
about it.
right.
No.
Impossibilities, really. And really what it is a check your reality moment, right? We need like a stinger that check your reality check or something like that, because that's what we do. We check reality. We go around, we test it, we share it, we film it, record it, we do all kinds of stuff. We edit it, put it together, paint it. Reality, right? Check it on Telegram. The description, there's a link in the description. But yeah, no.
So yeah, this last Wednesday, I'm working on the video, and really we didn't have the war headlines kick off until later that evening. And so then yesterday we started getting the war headlines, and we thought about doing a hangout last evening where we started going through some of the proofs of war that are coming in over the Twitters, over
all the interwebs. Some of it's crazy. Hang on. Let me get 1 minute of seriousness in before we move past this. There are always casualties in this realm, whether it be from the flu, whatever myriad of different reasons that people are taken out of the game. They get taken out. Most of the war is a hoax, but as we move forward, and you are probably going to see me and Jason making fun of a lot of different things, okay, when it comes to what you believe on the other side of the screen is to be war. So we know that you're going to be triggered. But that's a lot of people out there. We know.
That is a perfect disclaimer, and we're going to have to keep doing that disclaimer each and every time now, because so what we're going to be going through, we might even do an additional hangout tomorrow night. There's a possibility, because as these clips are starting to stack up now, we sort of want to cover what we're seeing initially in this war, because everything that we're seeing initially is PSYOP propaganda, and we're going to go through it, and so many of you're going to see it yourselves. This is PSYOP propaganda, but got to remind everybody, we're coming into the Great Tribulation, and at some point there's going to be great cataclysms that have massive destruction involved in them. And so they're doing these fake things right here, but all of a sudden something's going to pop, and it's going to get real. So I just want you all to be prepared, so that if you're telling other people war is a hoax, let them know that at some point, all of a sudden they're going to see that it's become real, all right? And don't want people thinking that, oh, you were just that you were wrong. That no, the stuff that we're going to go through and show you, this is obvious PSYOP material. We've got crisis actors that are being used as
all of it,
bloodied up faces that come from other PSYOPs, and there's all of that stuff to go through, right?
Yeah, when you look at everything, the weapons, how things are strategically placed, when you forensically analyze the videos that are being put out, you'll start to see why we think, what we show you. We'll show you the evidence. And there's a lot of stuff that gets reposted from old times when they did things. It's constantly being edited. Like, we can edit a video too. So can they. They can do whatever they want, make it look. And, some of the times that you'll see the video footage, it's always like really bad resolution, right? So, we're in 2022 now. Everybody has like really good resolution on their devices, right? Realm wide. But we'll see lots of grainy stuff. And again, like the meme that I shared today with the missile into the asphalt. It was
I don't know if you even caught what it was at first, right?
Well, I did enough to know that I went with it and tried to turn it into another type of a joke, because it didn't explode. Like, it's a missile ready to go, or just some days it just doesn't get to explode. I was like, I can sure know how that feels. But really, when you look at it, you can tell they just jackhammered, or it was a pothole or something like that. They just sat it inside the hole and put some broken pieces of asphalt beside it. Like, the missile wasn't even like twisted or dented or anything. That's got to be like the strongest steel ever made in the history of metal work.
Well, the physics of it, you can model it up and just know and understand that that's not what would happen.
We seen what looked like a dude get run over by a tank and survive, though. I was like, wow, miracles are happening, right? That dude was still alive. We were like, we couldn't really break it down past the point where it wasn't real. But we can show you lots of different things, especially having Zelensky and Putin both at the weeping wall with the tiny hats on. Like, if you haven't seen the thumbnail, there's a reason why that's there. It's not just to make you laugh. It's to actually show you the truth of what's taking place here. If you just take off the glasses and you look at what we show, you will absolutely stand in a better position. And we do this because that's what we want to do. This is what we enjoy. We don't go to bars. We don't do anything. We want to make content. We want to explore. We're, what would you call us? Rebel underground truthers, bringing you the most censored truth that you're going to find realm wide. And we do it for fun. This is what we do. So again, moving forward, you're going to see lots of crazy stuff with this whole World War III, or however they're going to do it. But I'm just looking forward to it, breaking it down, taking away fear. Fear is something that nobody really needs to have any fear, because You've all played a video game. What happens when the character in the game dies, Jason?
Respawn.
Just replay the game.
Respawn.
Right?
Respawn.
Forever.
Like so many games are just set up that way where you get to a certain place and character dies, you start at that place and keep moving ahead. That we've shown people that we're in a virtual reality, and that our spirits are something more than just the physical body. We're not the gray matter of the brain, right? The fact that you dream, the fact that there's so many different ways to prove that you're not just the gray matter. Most people know and get this, but you just got to take it through its full progress, process it out, and as you do that, you start realizing, hey, I actually am in a virtual reality. Hey, when this body goes away, I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to have a new one at some point. So once it really sinks in, and a person has full belief through accurate knowledge, testing, reasoning, deductive reasoning, all these types of processes. Once you have all that, then you can just let go of fear. Just let it go, especially when you consider most of the people that follow us, they can't stand the wickedness in this world. They're sick of it. They want to be in a righteous, just world where we're free to do all the things that we want to do as long as they're not wicked and evil. So I personally, my strategic look on this is I don't want to be here. If somebody could martyr me out of here and I could be...
But wait, I can... of all the times, if we look into the history books, that a lot of it's fake. Only what you can prove and what you can verify is real, what you can line up with things that match reality. But we're live. It's 2022. This is the so-called future, I guess. We'll be going through some other tunes tonight. We're rolling time back through the music that we present here as well. There'll be one song that's going to just take you back to grade 7, for me at least, back when I listened to AM radio. There would be like the top 10 at 10 or whatever it was, 9 at 9. I think it was AM 680 or 640 or I don't know. And it's so interesting how you can actually turn back the time. This place here has such a way of grinding you. It just grinds people down, grinds them down. Everything that you were once brilliant, beautiful before you understood what shame was, just when you on the other side of the screen were just innocent and pure, you can absolutely go back to that place with the understanding of who you are now and what you've gone through. These things are going to take time for everyone to understand, and we do have forever, right? And we're in a time period right now where we can create anything. I could go online and if you look at a storeroom, or you have like a file size, people, Jason, we have all these hard drives where we keep all of our terabytes of our little pictures and things that we store that basically has no physicality to it, but we need to have these devices. When I tell you guys on the other side of the screen, when I go to paint or make something online, it's limitless. I could screenshot absolutely anything in the realm that was ever created. And I am just so thankful that I've been given the ability to take that, put words to it, and verify things, and then come out here on camera, my name, Ronnie James Harris, and speak these things to you. I feel that if I could pick a time from outside of this game and say, I want to be there right then. I want to be there. This is what I want to do. This is what I would choose, to be here with each one of you tonight, to go through this stuff, to experience everything we're going through. The first time where you've actually been able to connect with someone spiritually and online. You could verify that, oh, I was thinking about that person. That all these things are just incredible. There's so much supernatural stuff that's available in the realm. So again, on the other side of you wanting out and the grind on you, how could we not want to be here at this time right now, doing exactly what we're doing, sharing this truth with the world? I would never pick a better time.
I see how you flip the tables there. Yeah, so I was looking at it from the pessimistic, oh, this world is so crappy. But yeah, if you're playing the game, to actually be in the game at the time where we have this type of tech available to us, like Ronnie said, that ability to take a screenshot of anything in this reality, and then you now have that you can manipulate and use in whatever you want, makes every single thing limitless. The fact that we can add audio to it, it's really quite something. So we enjoy the art form that we do of presenting information through live streaming and through video. It really is a blessing to be able to do stuff like that. Obviously, we couldn't have done something like this 20 years ago. 50 years, it would be absolutely unthinkable. You wouldn't be able to even comprehend such a feat, right?
Generation X, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just went on such a long rant and I've cut you off, man. Forgive me, brother. I'm sorry. But it's that Generation X and a little younger seems to be, and a little older too. So our analytics show us people from the whole entire realm that tunes in and supports this. It's pretty interesting how many different people have been doing really good lately. And when you see this content that Jason and I put forward, this is what we do. We're not bringing you someone else's stuff and saying, hey, look at this. No, we're programming ourselves with our own content. Listen, Jason and I are our own biggest fan. I cheer myself on all the time. I enjoy the content that I make. I watch it myself. I enjoy it. I don't know what could be more fun than to be able to manipulate any music or any video or any picture or anything in the entire realm. What could be more fun? I know, maybe playing sports, having a relationship with someone other than online, all those things that we used to do before cell phones and all that stuff. But again, brother, so I did want to start off too, before we switch over to the screen share, just saying last week, I haven't even commented yet all the week. I've been super busy. We were doing secular work plus the online stuff. Your thumbnail last week with us jumping the shark, the whole metaphor of it, the parabolic way that it was used with Putin and that just before the jumping the shark, before the World War III or whatever it is they started. There's a lot packed in there. I thought that was the most artistic, and it was your teaching meme, right? Was it atomism? I think it was. It this kind of stuff here just shatters the entire heliocentric model, right? And the whole entire Kabbalism.
Kabbalism gets whacked.
People don't understand the true nuke, because nukes are a hoax. They don't have something that's the size of this big that can explode an entire city. If anyone thinks that, you're absolutely, anytime you see anything that has power or an engine, it's large. You can hear it, feel it, see it. They do have nitroglycerin, but they can't transport it. So that's out the window as being, they can make it semi-transportable, and then they can transport it in smaller doses of it. They don't have something that they can city killers. Now, do they have hydrogen stuff? Yes. We saw the Beirut thing. That looked pretty real. So we won't say something's not real if we think, hey, this looks real. I don't even know why I'm going on this tangent. You take it away. I don't know. Should we get into the memes? I don't know.
Yeah, we should probably just get into the memes. We got a lot to go through.
Yeah, and I'm just ranting. Again, I'm super thankful to be here tonight. If you guys didn't get that from what I was saying, how could we be doing anything else right now with this? I don't know.
All right, I'll take as the thumbnail if you want to get screen sharing.
You're going to do the memes of the week video.
That's right. That's right. Here we go.
And now, the wait is over. It's time for Memes of the Week. Sponsored by Aluminum Foil.
Lights low, shoulder to shoulder, let's go. The night's not over, dance slow. You catch my eye. I see you from across the room, but I take in my chances and turn away and then you move. I live till the night ends, all the colors change my mood. Heart is beating on my chest, and my sights set on you. So come dance with me.
And we are ready to go. Although you have a notepad open right now, brother.
And I'm back now. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
So is it all sized correctly and screen shared?
I gotta set it up a little bit better, but we are seeing what you are presenting.
And just like that, the media stopped talking about Cerveza.
It's over, Probably never hear another word about it again.
That's completely over. So let's go. Starting it off this week is failed communism. So yeah, let's.
The effort in writing that thing is.
This is how we started Monday off. Just wanted to replay it again. I guess it doesn't loop it properly. Hilarious, right? Keep trying, Justin. You'll get there one day, right? So, and again, I didn't have too many memes this week. There's something wrong with my Facebook feed. This gives me an opportunity to ask everybody in the listening audience, have you guys noticed that you can only scroll so far? I don't know. I think I have like 3,000 or 2,500 people on my subscription list, but I can scroll to the bottom of my feed like not that long. So, I mean, these things have just come like they're recent, these posts that I'd seen. I'd seen this one earlier this week from Lisa from Sarah Connor channel. Not all classrooms have 4 walls. This is a beautiful classroom. So, you know, the scriptures were preached in the wilderness, outside in trees like this, right? They weren't always done in buildings. So what do you think of this meme, Jay?
Yeah, the time outdoors is a measurement that I feel is super important. It's say I don't like the cold weather, so the winter time I spend this big amount of time indoors, and so as soon as the weather is warm enough, in my opinion, I like to be outdoors.
Yeah, trails, hiking, all kinds of things. When I was in Canada, there was a 2-mile route that I did, 3 times a day with the dogs. You can do it too. Great meme. Then you got this one. It just went from I don't trust the mainstream narrative to
I just gotta check with you, brother. Sometimes you open them and sometimes you don't. Which way do you want me to keep it sized for?
Well, I mean, does it? I think it still shows up.
It changes it
When it's like this. It doesn't. You want it like this?
Yeah, yeah. If you do them like this, it really comes through the cleanest.
Okay, this one says, if you just went from I don't trust the mainstream narrative to oh my God, Russia is evil and I stand with Ukraine, based on the sliver of data that you have received from social media and mainstream news, then you didn't learn a whole lot from the last 2 years, right? This is a good meme. If people are falling right into this whole take a side in this whole war thing, you're absolutely being psyoped, mind controlled, led on a false trail. Like Jason?
Yeah, how can you go from exposing all these different aspects of the New World Order, and then all of a sudden you think that these headlines are real, right?
Yeah, like Ukraine is some great nation being overtaken by some evil nation, when they're like, it's still everyone. You all know that there's a group of people that own the world. There's no borders. It's retarded. Anyone thinks there's a border, right? I'll keep going here. This one's nice. I like this one. This is more of a spiritual one. It says, be around the light bringers, the magic makers, the world shifters, the game shakers. They challenge, uplift, and change you. They don't let you play small with your life. These heartbeats are your family. These heartbeats are your tribe. And I absolutely feel this meme. You know, you should always be challenging each other. You should always be building each other up every single day for the rest of eternity. We're going to try to get better at things, because what else are you going to do? I've thought about it. I've contemplated it. The fact of being limitless, I've contemplated it, ladies and gentlemen. And what is it that you do? You try to be better. And that's why you can look at a mistake or something that you did wrong as an opportunity to say, wow, I actually had the opportunity to learn from that. So Jason, I really like this meme.
I know. So I just want to say to everybody, I agree with the principles in here. It's just the use of the words like magic makers, because magic is associated with witchcraft, and we're
supernatural. Supernatural, the
Yes.
supernatural makers. We can twist it. We can come up with a different word if people don't like it, because people have been basically put into a box with the word magic. Now they think it means evil, right? What about
you could also make it manifestors. The manifestors.
Yes, top manifestors. That's who
Yes.
you want. Yeah, be around the light bringers and the top manifestors.
Yeah.
That
So
doesn't
then the
really-
next words, like the world shifters, the game shakers, that right there, absolutely 100% with. That's, if you want to be a top level chess player, you got to play other top level chess players. If you want to
Yes.
be anything, a hockey player, whatever it is, you got to have other top level people to compete against, to test yourself, to bring yourself to a higher level. If you're a musician, you want to be around other skilled musicians. It helps bring you up. All right.
Yes. Yes. You always want to play the best. Are you kidding me? You always want to try to do better, right? Always. That's the whole point of foreverness and the ability to do it. And you guys can manifest too. So here we go. This is who all these people are now, tagging me and a bunch of other people, and pray for Ukraine. They need our help. The bad man Putin's gonna come kill them all. And then here's the guy all over the media doing all their hand signs and symbols. If people don't already know, they're all on the same team. Hashtag the thumbnail.
Yeah, the tiny hats. I mean, how many people
Yes.
knew that they literally are tiny hat wearing? Can we even say the J word on YouTube? I don't know. It's tough, but
Probably not.
people know what we're talking about. The tiny hat wearers, right?
Because of course people know who the tiny hat wearers are.
Yes.
That's all we have to say. I'll keep moving it. Unless, did you want to comment more on that?
No, that's good.
Look, the Georgia Guidestones, and guess what this UN building was modeled after or fashioned in the same likeness? It happens to be the United Nations headquarters, the UN, Freemason, New World Order, Flat Earth, AE map and model people too, right? It happens to be 666.78 miles away from the Georgia Guidestones. Go figure. We couldn't make this up, but they can. This is what they do. Jason, what do you think of this meme?
We see the symbology used by, it's a satanic cult. It's all these secret societies. They really originate out of the Vatican. So your Jesuits, your Freemasons, your Knights Templars, your Rosicrucians, all of this has evolved out of the Vatican. So the religion of all these people is Kabbalism, and they love things like gematria, and they've got all these symbolic numbers. A lot of it goes back to Pythagoras, and so it's all false worship. And yeah, so because they do build all these monuments throughout the world, it's one of the things that these occultists do. Mm-hmm. They do it with their satanic symbology in it.
Yeah, they think it justifies what they're doing. They think it's we told you, so that makes it okay. Well, absolutely not. There's a place called Gehenna, and there's people that are headed for it. Boom. This one off Kyle Anthony's channel. He does a lot of great stuff. This one says porn, video games, and porn create false sense of accomplishment. The problem is achieving virtual milestones and getting rushed with dopamine from pixelated bodies weakens men beyond belief. Imagine what you could accomplish if you put the same energy into actual real life goals. This is a great meme. I agree with it 100%. It goes along with the porn actually causes brain damage article that I went into. And I thanked Kyle a lot for this. Told him I was going to share it. He's a good channel. He does a lot of really good stuff. Super happy, loving guy. I really like this guy. He is a very good writer too. And he has his home business where he's a healer, and they do special work with Black Earth and all that type of stuff. It's awesome to learn about. I've been learning about it. Did you want to comment on that, Jay?
Well, sure. We talked about in the beginning why we enjoy being here. We've got all this technology where we have the ability to create all this great truth content. Well, it can be used. It's a double-edged sword. So the same technology opens avenues that were never available before. You had up until printed magazines, there really wasn't such a thing as porn. Right? Before cameras, there wasn't such a thing as porn. You literally had to see somebody naked in order to see somebody naked. Now it's accessible to everyone, and it does have huge detrimental effects on people. So, like anything, it's one of these addictions that once a person gets hooked on it, it's a tough one to give up, but it's a highly recommended one to give up.
Yeah, you can do it. Anyone can do it. I gave it up. So if I could do it, anyone else can do it. Here's a nice one from Nora. She's one of my Facebook friends. She does really nice content. Great heart. It says, when I say I love you more, I don't mean I love you more than you love me. I mean, I love you more than the bad days ahead of us. I love you more than any fight we'll ever have. And I love you more than the distance between us. And I love you more than any obstacles that could ever try and come between us. This statement is how you unconditionally love anybody that your spirit connects with, that they are your true family. You love them this way, not just boyfriend and girlfriend, right? If you can love someone beyond any mistake, beyond any fight, beyond any differences that you have, you can have such a good relationship with other people in the foreverness that we're all in, right? We need to embody unconditional love. Well, Jason, what do you think?
It's a great message. I don't know what else to add to it.
Well, I mean, there's also logical and being routine and precise, and there's other types of love, self-love, where you absolutely deny yourself of instant gratification, right? Where you can have something, but you say, no, I want something more. I want to build something that's worth more. There's so many different avenues of love. Like, this is just the beginning of it. We'll be getting more.
Yeah, actually, the Greeks had seven different words for love. 7 different ones. So English is really the most limited. We say love, but the Greeks had 7 different ways of expressing that. Mm-hmm. That's not to say that there wouldn't be more facets to love that could be identified where you would have more than 7 words for love. It's really deep, and can be looked at in so many different ways.
True. And we are going to look at it in multiple different ways. This one here is interesting. It says the digital currency plan. Roll out the NSA created Bitcoin to get the masses excited about digital currencies and get them on the blockchain. 2, implement a government digital currency, central bank digital currency, CBDC throughout the nations. 3, initiate a massive false flag that crashes markets and collapses fiats and cryptos. EMP, fake EMP, cyber attacks are real. 4, allow the currency system to stay collapsed. Do not recover the economy like in the past crashes. This will get people desperate and the inflation becomes unbearable. 5, announce that the central bank digital currency will be the replacement for all the fiats. Allow the desperate masses to trade their fiat currencies back for their CBDCs. 6, outlaw cash, gold, silver, and other precious metals. 7, outlaw and ban all non-government essential cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, funneling everyone onto what? Blockchains and into using the CBDC. Require embedded RFID chips or biometric identifiers for all transactions to be made within the CBDCs. Of the thing we will not talk about, wild animal becomes reality. Refusing it will make you an outcast. This is absolutely their plan. Jason?
We were actually talking about this in the hangout that we did. What was that? February 27th when we labeled the
2020?
2020, yeah.
Yeah, time traveler.
When we labeled the thing that you're supposed to be given for, back at that time it was COVID-19 coming out, that this was all the plan and that it was all tied together.
Yeah, we've been sharing that for years.
And so I have seen on Drudge the last couple days that the Fed is working on their digital dollar, which to me just makes me absolutely laugh, because I mean, how much of what's supposed money is just digital right now? They only have a fraction.
Most of it's digital. It's all on a computer screen or in your phone.
A digital dollar is just a number in a bank account. That's all it is.
It's already there. It's already reality, right?
And this idea that you have to have some crypto blockchain scenario in order to trade a number in a ledger is insanity to me.
You could have like mined it or whatever back in the day, and then you could have been lucrative in that business. But did you know that in 1926, the federal government poisoned alcohol in an effort to curb alcohol consumption during the Prohibition? As a result, by the time Prohibition ended in 1933, an estimated 10,000 people died from being poisoned by their very own government. Jason?
This is just known and accepted. The government poisoned people to get them to stop drinking alcohol. See, it's knowledge like this. Once you really know what's taking place, the government is evil. It is evil. It does not have your interests at heart. It only has its interests at heart. The people that are in control of it.
So this right here absolutely debunks anyone that says that Romans 13 is the somehow debunk of the Bible, because the scriptures clearly tells us, we're only supposed to follow things that are righteous. We're not supposed to follow wicked men. We would be accomplices to murder. So what do people think now? What's going on now? That the government is now out here begging you to go down and do something. This is what the evidence shows that they've done in the past. So I'll continue to move on here.
Yeah, you have to be a fool to think that you're going to get a different result from...
Right? Come on.
Definition of insanity, thinking you're going to get a different result.
Yeah, without changing the parameters. Now, this is a fight that I've been in for a long time, especially with autism and other types of things like that. But it just shows, 2 of these, 7 of these, 14, 69? What's going on? By the age of 18? So what do people think? That this is normal? That the creator made us? That we needed these things? It's crazy. It's crazy. I never thought we would be at this place. I don't want to.
Well, it's because of the amount of people that don't believe that they have a creator. They feel that they're space dust spinning around in the infinite vacuum of space, and that science is they're going to be their savior. That's literally what's happened to these people.
It's sad. I've been fighting back against it for a long time, and I'm never going to stop. You can't leave that one on. Oh, I doubled that one. Okay, this one got blocked. Let's check out this one. I got to click on this before I can open it. It says, what? Wait, what's this? What are the odds of 4 people all having children working for this country and in the oil and gas companies? This guy. Oh, look who showed up, Jason. The guy that we were just talking about. Mr. 322. I can't tell you about it. It's so secret.
We struggled for his name for a few minutes, but he's one of the big players, Mr. 322.
He showed up tonight. And, why is it that they want to censor this photo? And then it says, no, it's absolutely not true that their children all work for the Ukrainian thing. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, come on, guys. Why do you got to show your hands so easily? What do you think of this one, Jay?
Yeah, it puts the faces to what's going on. And it's hard to believe that all these fake wars and everything would just be over gas. But they make their money through pumping black goo out of the earth, right? They make a lot of it that way.
Goo. It's all about the black goo. This one's the Speaker of the House that can't speak. I don't need to say anymore. Let's keep moving on. Look at this one. Russian man bad. This is great. Look at this. You got All-Timer Joe. You got Blackface Justin and blood drinking Boris. Again, this also plays into the narrative of East versus West that we talked about over and over and over again. Jason, what do you think of this art?
So much has been simplified down to orange man bad, now Russian man bad. It's the absolute most dumbing down of society that you can possibly make. But it's really the way the whole political saga narrative is playing out. It's just ridiculous. It's really,
The
really
cover of
dumb.
the cover of the Dredge today had Putin as Hitler. Like, if people don't realize, Putin was raised Ashkenazi.
The blackface Trudeau on there. I mean, really, they've got pictures of him blackfaced. It's just insane.
He did it. He did it more than once, but it's okay for them, huh? It's all good. This one right here is nice. Everybody that's tuned in right now, you were enough. You were always going to be enough. What you need to do is realize what it is that you desire. What do you want to create? What do you want to have? What do you want to manifest? Because we all are enough. We're all created enough. We just have to realize it, right? What do you think, Jay?
If you look at it deep enough, you'll see that you are all you got in a lot of ways. If you have your,
That's solipsism. Come on, bro. Don't solipsism us. Solipsplain.
yeah. Well, see, the thing is if your happiness is put in something else, be it a mate, a physical, material thing like a house or a boat or a car or something like that. If it's in any of those things, then it can be lost, and then you'll be empty. So, if you are enough, then all those things can be added to you or taken from you, and it doesn't matter. So once you know you are enough, then you can be satisfied.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Yeah, I lost my thought. You got me.
I pulled that one out.
Yeah,
right?
you just like did a glitch on me. I was gonna say on an angel's advocate angle. I was gonna say, but then after that, I lost my thought. You got me. Talking about Ashkenazis, Bill Gates with guess who? Rabbi Schneerson, the head of the Jewish extremist 10 times Chabad Lubavitch. Right? Who are we talking about tonight? Where that? Oh, boom! This guy, right? Tiny hat wearing too. It's in the thumbnail. Just want to show everybody who is at work here. Jason, I don't even know if you need to say much about this one. You see what he's wearing, right?
Tiny hat.
Moving on to something nicer. Look at how beautiful the dirt here is, and the green grass. And you have the bluish green ocean with the black beach here. Isn't this beautiful? This is Iceland.
It's hard to believe. The beauty in this world is absolutely astounding. There's so many different places that you get that screenshot, right? You can take it with a camera. You can take a screenshot of somebody that took it with a camera. And the beauty all over this world is just unbelievable. Amazing.
So is. Look at the rivers. Look at the way they like branch out and everything. It's just mind-blowing how beautiful it is. And atheists will have you believe that this just created itself, right? Just fantastically, just all fell perfectly together just like this. Moving on. Oh, another tiny hat showing up, huh? People, this is who's behind the World War III. Tiny hat, and then we got these hats. These are some bigger ones, bigger tiny hats, right?
They got the beards to go with it too.
Yeah. They're going Parable of the Vineyard style, throwing out the beard. Not to throw him under the bus, he does good content too. So yeah, as people can see, he's wearing one of these. So all you Ukrainianites, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
And the funny thing is, I just tossed this in here now that both like Putin right now, the headlines are bringing up articles about how Putin is leading the charge in bringing Christendom back to the world. That's literally what they're saying.
Wow. Come on, Christendom.
He's going to bring Christendom back, but they're tiny hat wearers, so it's just stupid. The narrative doesn't work.
It's ridiculous. And again, I bring this up. I don't always want to beat a dead horse on this topic, but people try to tie the Christianity and the scriptures into this stuff. And then they try to say, oh, it's the same thing. You're all working for the same person. And it's absolutely, these are the ones who killed our teacher, right? They killed, but we'll move on. And this one from this morning, we talked about this a little on camera. So this thing fell down. All y'all think war is real. Fell down from the sky, this heavy thing, and this is filled with stuff, right? Like gunpowder or something. This steel it's not that thick. It's not. And it managed to sink into the asphalt without crimpling, bending, or scratching, or causing any other damage. Are we to believe, is this car turning? It's just in the middle of the intersection. Now, Jason, did you not say that this is like outrage across the realm as Russian targets innocent civilians complex, right? Is that the story that we're hearing with this?
Yeah. If we go through the war is a hoax headlines, that one right there comes from a tweet, and it's absolutely hilarious because, of course, it's acting like it's real, and it's putting the blame on Russia because this is supposed to be a missile that hit near a housing complex, residential neighborhood. We're just so fortunate and lucky that it didn't explode, right? It was a dud.
So there's snow on the window here. So as my forensics eye looks into this, I guess this is just parked here in the walkway, right? It's just parked in the walkway here. And then
it's got a ding above the wheel too. I wonder if the Scud missile
right
sort of bounced off of it. And then
I don't see any scratches though.
Right.
I mean, so we're to believe that this thing fell out of the sky and landed 2 feet or a foot into the asphalt, but it didn't damage this car or anything around it, and it just made a little tiny hole like this, and it didn't bend or crimple. And people want me to believe that this is real.
And it's at an angle. It didn't glance off the ground and smash down sideways. All right. No, it stuck into the ground. You have a hole that's bigger than the...
Like a lawn dart, right? But in a bigger hole. So maybe the head of the missile was bigger, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's so retarded. I saw this morning at like 6:30. I was like, oh. So you know what? I can relate to this thing. It's full of guns ready to go and then just doesn't get to do it.
And that weight of metal right there. I mean, think about how many pounds that is.
Yeah.
Like if you had...
I don't know. I need to see the specifications on the thickness of the steel, but I could tell you that it would bend. If it fell from 1,000 feet in the sky or however far.
Or if it's all half-inch plate steel, think of trying to fly that through the air with no wings and just a thruster on the back. I mean...
Yeah, they shot it from like downrange, down the street. It just did like a parabolic loop, and then it just stuck into the ground like that. I'm sorry I breathe so heavy on the mic. Why don't you take the screen share back and put us on thumbnail? Oh, I don't know what that was. And we're going to go into the next track. Tell me when you got the screen share. Well, we're going to go into the mid-track break, but I'm going to wait to let you guys know the tune in case you want to look it up for yourselves. We're going to take this. We're going to go synthwave. We're going to go way back. Right, take you guys back to 1989, right, with these vibes. So where is it? So yeah, the intro track, the meme track that I played, that was Kara Katoa and Fred V. Back to Me. I told you guys the intro song was Kaleidoscope by Annex, and this song is called Two Minds by Montgomery. It's a brand new track, and I'm really looking forward to you guys hearing this.
Here we
go. Let's go. Okay.
I'm wearing your t-shirt, I'm keeping it on. I don't think you
Thank you for sticking around, everyone. We are back.
Again, that was brand new. My Two Minds from Montgomery. Great new track. And I'm probably presenting, right? Well, this first meme that we're going to get into, now we're going to get serious. Let's go. This is the real stuff now. Tighten the skates up a little bit. Jason made this meme. So I don't know if you want to read it, how you want to do this, but we're starting with this one tonight, right now.
All right, I can read it. It is, science is a religion. The irony of self-absorbed atheist science nerds is that science requires larger bridges of faith than creationists require. Atomism is an ancient Greek philosophical concept proposed as the source of materiality. No atom has ever been observed, nor any subcomponents, meaning that any science that includes a belief in atoms is untestable, verifiable, or repeatable. Science proposes everything is made of never seen or measured spinning balls that came from a single mass in a great explosion where everything came from nothing. All the intricacies of life and symbiotic relationships is attributed to chance over billions of years. Creationists, on the other hand, have science, the real stuff, at their disposal to be able to support their thesis that all complex systems have a designer, architect, builder, creator. There is not one piece of evidence of a more complex system evolving from a less complex system. Yet every time a complex system exists, it can be proven that it had a creator. Creationists are the real scientists. Modern labeled scientists are occultists.
Wow. That right there. That's a big meme, brother. That basically, once you do away with atomism, you can take away all of the mind control that they've tried to psyop us with in the last 100 years. Gone.
They don't even have a working explanation for materiality. They don't. They have no atoms. Right?
They show you this picture of this spinning thing.
Yeah.
They say, well, here it is. This is your atom, the CGI picture. Eat it.
Not only can you not see the large mass, you can't see the components of it, the proton, the neutron, the electron. And then they say there's quarks and all these other variables. It's a religion that actually comes from ancient Greece. It's Kabbalism.
Well, it probably comes from Cain first, but
yeah.
But this one is a great meme. You did it right in the middle of being like, we're starting to learn how to do the aspect ratios. I'll be releasing some new stuff later tonight with the vertical aspect ratio for a cell phone. Jason sort of led the way by doing it this aspect ratio. But again, anybody, these memes are playing cards. You can take this and play it anywhere you see someone shilling or lying. If you're in spiritual warfare, that's not for everybody. We'll be getting into that. But this is a great playing card. It destroys science. And it tells you exactly what they are. Occultists. This is what they want to manifest, but they don't have any evidence for it. Because truth be told, not everything in our path that we want or what we manifest. We have to manifest into our vibration with what we've had predestined. I can't get into the specifics of that. It would be a 5-hour podcast. Jason, what else did you want to say about this wonderful meme that you created? Thank you very much.
I don't know. There was a science guy that you were dealing with on Facebook, and his meme that he had that was anti-creationist sort of pissed me off. So I wanted to throw one back at him and show that they are the ones that are occultists. They're not using science if they can't even support the fundamentals of their own model.
Yeah, they don't have any evidence. And they say, oh, we only work on evidence-based stuff that I can see, right? But everything that they teach you is built off something that you can't see. Great meme. This one's called Reincarnation Trauma, right? This is an interesting meme. It says, if your vibration is higher than your family members, friends, and those around you, take care of that position. Your past lives hold a special purpose for you. You are the reincarnated curse breaker. Now, you can never forget, you are not better than your past lives. So Jason and I talk about reincarnation. You can't say that you're any better, right? And that's not the way that this works. You should just be thankful that you're here, right? We should always not try to work from an ego position against anybody. So don't let your past lives get to you, or let your soul's mission get to your ego. You have to always protect your ego. With that said, you were in this position. The only thing that you have to do is lead by example. You don't have to try to wake anyone up or force information onto them, because 90% of it will be rejected. This is the probably best part of this quote, this whole entire meme. It says, no one wants unrequested advice or direction. Jason, I want to just stop the meme here. Remember when I brought this to your attention and I asked you, listen to this. And I said to you, does anybody want advice when they don't ask for it? Ever?
No, just put it into practical application. I mean, each person listening to this, if you go around offering advice to people that didn't ask for it, how well is it taken? Is 90% accurate? Is that high? It seems like unless somebody's actually asking for somebody else's input, they're probably not going to listen to it. Right?
Yeah. I take everything with a grain of salt. If someone says something to me that builds me up, makes me better, I'll say, thank you. I appreciate your criticism or your opinion or whatever advice. When I ask someone for advice, usually it matters to me at that point the most, but I still take into consideration all the different facets of this realm. Instead, it says here, continue to work miracles in your life to the point that they are asking you how you do it. Now, again, this is talking to the other truthers. You guys are special. You understand reality in a different way. That doesn't make us better. That's the problem that it usually ends up leading to, right? Oh, well, we stand on higher knowledge, and then the people will take it to all these different cult things and all this other nonsense. But actually, no, it's because you're a reincarnated spirit. You're obviously at a different vibration than these other people in your family. I hear it all the time. Marriages, friendships, everything gets destroyed when the truth comes out and certain groups of people wake up. This is a very important meme. People need to read this. Take your time. Just read it, understand what it's talking about, because obviously we're all here at this time and we're all going through this. I'm lucky, Jason, that, my mom, YD, she's moderating the chat. She just hasn't been well lately. She's a truther. So was my dad, right? He's now getting like Facebook jail times and stuff like that. So
good for
him. They actually listened to me, right? And I guess it was persistence. I have a high attribute slider on persistence, but again,
I do too. I persisted with my family, and it didn't go the same way as it did for yours, right?
That's what I was going to say. You, on the other hand, absolutely understand what reincarnation trauma is. You went through it, and you were in the, I believe it to be the second most viewed, but I don't have Netflix's data, but the Behind the Curve documentary where they tried to mock and ridicule the truth of the flat floor of the realm. You were in it talking about reincarnation trauma, brother. Why don't you let everybody know how did that go?
Yeah, just for me. Well, everybody can take it to a sibling. I'm sure everybody's got an example somewhere where that you were raised the same way your brother or sister was, but they just turn out wicked, right? Somebody's got an example somewhere in their family where they were raised the same, they had all the same things, they got the same education, they had all the same opportunities available, and you have a kid that's righteous and you have a kid that's wicked. It's just,
it doesn't have to be wicked. They're just not truthers. They're not awake. They're sheep.
Yeah, well, it can go to the extreme of being wicked as well. So
sure,
these attributes are personal to each individual. So you find yourself in a situation where you can grow up in a family where the people aren't like you. You can be different from them, and so it creates a lot of trauma growing up in a situation like that.
And that's why the ability that we have now to connect with other spirits and souls here, we then choose. You Jason always says it, your family you don't choose, your friends you do. The people
you can only choose your friends, not your family.
Right? The people you want to spend eternity with. And not to say that you don't want to spend eternity with your family too. So again, I'm going to go back into the meme. It says, continue to work miracles in your life to the point that they are asking you how you do it.
that is when you can tell them the information and it will be received with full attention. When you look at it this way, it is literally your responsibility to live the life of your dreams. Not a wish, not a want, but it is a responsibility that you guys that are awake, that are understanding this, you guys can manifest your dreams. What is your wildest dreams? We've got forever to do this. This is what you set your mind to. Something good. Become something righteous. Be something you dream. Again,
and sometimes
desires.
once in a while, you leading by that example will lead to a point where one of these people will come to you and ask you, how do you do it? And then that'll be your opportunity, right?
Boom. That's when you can, they're going to take everything you say and they're going to remember it and ingest it, right? They're going to feel it. We're taking this memeing stuff. Who knew that you could absolutely escape the matrix through a meme? But we're going to. You guys are coming with us. So we'll move on to this next one, divine timing. Look at this one, bro. It says, I know you guys on the other side of the screen on this hangout, you're tired, waiting for your desires to show up, whatever they may be. If that's the great tribulation to kick off, whether it's to fall in love, who knows what you desire on the other side of the screen. I suggest you get in touch with what you desire. You've kept yourself thinking positively and feeling good for so long. And now you just want it. You want success to drive. However, we haven't learned the lessons that would allow us to not only fully enjoy what we desire. Remember, we want to find out what we desire, and then we're going to enjoy it, but handle it too. The spirit will only give us what we can enjoy. That's what spirit is, joy. Everything you go through / experience leaves you with a lesson that allows you to be able to handle what is next. We're talking about forever. This is limitlessness. This is how it works. Therefore, anytime you find yourself frustrated, annoyed, or angry at the spirit or whatever you call it for not giving you what you want, be thankful and recognize that the spirit is only protecting you, right? And you will grow and you will see that this is true. I can guarantee that this statement right here is beyond truth. I'm just a conduit. It is the truth. It will protect you. You have to go through tough things because it's building you up. Right now, the spirit is currently organizing situations and events that will lead you to your absolute soul's destiny. Not just your success. We're talking about your forever. That's where you're headed, right? And we're going through bumpy roads. Okay, just have faith. Believe in your destiny. The fact that you are alive, you are awake, you are hearing my voice. You didn't just exist from nothing. We already talked about how atoms are nonsense. You have a creator, you have a soul, you have a destiny. Just have faith in that, and everything will arrive in divine timing. Jason?
Yeah, absolutely. I continually think about my own personal experience. If I had my dream life early on, there's absolutely no way I would have done the things that I've done or learned the things that I've learned. If I had the dream relationship, if I had the dream job, if I had all these things, the way I desired them, the way we all desire them, the lessons wouldn't have been learned. It wouldn't have been for me. And so a lot of times you got to realize that if you had what it is that you desire right now, you probably wouldn't be accomplishing something that you actually do want to accomplish in retrospect and hindsight, right?
Yeah. What if you have to build it? What if it takes time? What if you can't have it right now? Like, imagine what the apostles said, when's the end? 2,000 years ago. What's he going to say? 2,000 more years, right? No, the divine timing is something that's going on for infinity. So I'll continue on. We're short for time. So this one's called Flip the Tables. Jason, do you want to say anything before I read this one?
Just that you flipped them earlier. Flip them again, brother.
Oh, I lost Google. Flip the tables. It says, turn your pain into passion. Turn your anger into boundaries. Turn your stress into a plan of action. Turn your sadness into art. Turn your fear into courage. Turn your failures into lessons. Turn your envy into ambition. Turn your irritability into patience. Turn your procrastination into awareness. Turn your complaints into solutions, turn your boredom into meditation. And at the end of the day, if you can learn how to adopt this mindset with every aspect of your life, you will then know what it truly means to flip up them tables. Jason?
Yeah, great pairings of words here. Excellent things to be learned here. If you combine this with divine timing and you're actually flipping the tables, you're doing some self-help work that is really extremely powerful. Once you have the patience to understand that you might not be able to have everything that you want right when you want it, and then you see the things in your life that are negative, by doing this paradigm shift where you flip these things, stress into a plan of action, sadness into art, fear into courage, each one of these things, irritability into patience. So this, you really have to, there is a theme here. There's an absolute theme going on tonight, and it's about calming the spirit. It's about doing the inward work, and becoming a full and complete self, right? Where nothing can get to you anymore. Once you have mastery and control of these things, you'll be able to appreciate the good things that come along, and the things that you don't care for that come along, you're going to be able to turn them around and be able to put yourself back on path.
Exactly. Moving the strongest you possibly can forward in time, right? So I definitely, excuse me, I definitely am not just making this meme or sharing this meme or putting the art here. And there's a few different styles too that are going to be coming out. You'll see different things. This isn't a game or joke to me. I'm literally doing all these things. Okay. Every day, every time I see one of these things arise, bam, I got the card. I know what to think. I'm going to program my mind.
Well, you feel like
righteously.
You feel like a hypocrite if you make a meme like this, and then when it comes
I get
along,
mad and I just like flip out, bang the desk a bunch of times.
No
right?
patience. No. I never get what I want when I want it. Right?
Damn it! Right now, come here right now. There's something irritability. Right? No, I'm practicing all these things, you guys. This isn't a joke. This is real. So yeah, you definitely have there is a theme going on. There definitely is. Now moving on to this one. Do you know the source of your desires, Jason?
Sure. So, most people don't. I'll go ahead and read it. Yeah, desire is a root program that runs within consciousness. Everyone knows what they desire, but very few know why they desire it, or that many of their desires are not their own. Advertising is designed to make you want to fulfill your desires with a certain product that enriches its producer, which means that most people's desires are not their own. Taking time to identify your true desires before the input of any other person is critical, because the pursuit of desire that is not of your own is self-defeating. Knowing our actual desires before the input of others is the way to satisfy them with the least amount of your productivity going to satisfy someone else's desire.
So this meme to me is running along the theme with loving yourself. You need to clean your own eye out before you can go around telling anyone else they got something in their eye, or trying to help or heal anyone. You should heal yourself, work on you first. And when that becomes routine and you've got that down, then you can then go and share that. So again, with desires, Jason brought up here, and then I'll let you explain it more, that, we're constantly programmed over and over and over again. Everywhere we look, everything we see, we're being programmed with stuff that they want us to desire, right? And that's why I'm constantly telling people, what did you desire as a kid? Remember the things that made you, the smell in the air. Try to find who you are again. You have to go outside of what they've taught us. They've put us in these stupid boxes where everyone's afraid to share who they are. They don't even know their own desires, right? Or they hide them or they repress them, and it causes a lot of inner pain. But when you actually take the time and you think about the things that you like, that come natural to you, that you vibrate with. There's so many different words that I can use. Find you your desires, right? What do you think you're here for? You're not here to, be a 9 to 5, the best worker in the world, even though that is honorable to work too. You're here to learn what you like and do it, right? That's what I'm trying to promote here.
Yeah, inward reflection. That right there is something that is not done by most people. True inward reflection. In the clouds, here you have a picture of a house, a dollar sign, a car. You have the family with the kid. So these are the types of things that are programmed into us all the time. All the time. We're always being programmed that these are the things to desire. Is that what you really desire? And see, that takes the inward reflection. What do you want? Do you want a McMansion? Do you want a hut somewhere on a nice beach? Do you want to have a bunch of money, or do you want to have a bunch of friends? Do you need a car, or would a bicycle or something do? And a family, is that really what you want? Is that your desire? If these, the things that you truly do desire, you should put your focus, your energy into those desires, because any other time that you spend, if you're spending your resources, your assets on what somebody else programmed you to want, you're going to end up with, the latest tech gadget, and you're going to end up with, some fast food. It's not going to be fulfilling, and those, your resources, your time, all that stuff's being lost to things that you don't actually desire. So
You're Putin man bad, right?
Inward reflection, do it.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. It's a great meme. This one here is called gentleness. Sometimes I wake up and have to remind myself there's nothing wrong with me. I have patterns to unlearn, new behaviors to embody, and wounds to heal. I'm pretty sure we all have them. If you guys could see how many scars, physical scars, let alone emotional ones, you'd be just shocked how many scars I have. Okay. I have stretch marks all over my body. I was little, and then all of a sudden I grew really fast, and I'm just covered in stretch marks and scars, and but I don't care. I am who I am. My body is just a conduit for my spirit, but I have wounds to heal. I'm sure everyone else has wounds to heal. We're all in this together, that stupid psyop term, but actually we are all swimming around in the ether together, right? But there is nothing wrong with that, or the core of me and who I am. I am unlearning generations of harm or pain that I may have, had in past lives. There's a very good chance. And remembering to love who I am, my inner child. I keep saying this. You need to remember what you were like before you were programmed, before they beat it out of you, right? Before they put us in the school system and threw all this nonsense, flashed it in front of our faces, and they took away who we were, the things that made your heart beat for, the things that you enjoy. Everything in the realm is going so dark, and the vibrations are just so off. We don't have to do that. We can just manifest whatever we want, right? We've been talking about supernatural things and virtual realities. We're actually trying to manifest good things here. So just remember, you guys, when you wake up, no matter how bad you think, or whatever it is that your mind, whatever they put in you, whatever that's not true of who you truly are, the eternal being inside of you, you're still enough. Okay. Be gentle with your soul. I really want to stress this. Everybody, people do manicures, and they take care of like certain parts of their bodies extra. Do you guys actually be gentle with your own soul? Really? Like, I know it might not be something that most people are talking about, but I am, because I want people to be calm. I want people to have no fear. That's the whole point here. And be gentle with your soul, your eternal you, the real thing that's running everything that you're experiencing. You got to just be gentle with it. Jason, did you want to comment?
No, that's great. I don't think I could add to that.
Oh, boom. Let's time travel then. Time travel. This one says, pause before assuming, pause before accusing, pause whenever you're about to react harshly, and you'll avoid doing and saying things you wish to take back. Thus, become your own time traveler for reals, yo. I'm telling you guys, I've actually put this to the test in the last, I don't know, definitely in the past 8 months. I've been working on this. We all have these thoughts. We all have these feelings. We all want to just say, do, act, right? Boom. Why, if we're here forever, I keep saying this, I don't want to be a hypocrite. Why wouldn't we be so slow with things? Be patient. Think about what you want to say to someone for days. Think about it. Connect with them in the spirit, and then you'll have a better result. Now, when someone makes you angry, whenever you want to just cut someone down, we all encounter this, especially if we're online spiritual warfare going on. Stop. Think about it before you type it out. Jason, what do you think of this meme?
Yeah, it's been a key part of my spiritual journey. Something I was sort of pre-inclined towards. My mom always referred to the fact that I just didn't say the things that I didn't want to say, where she expected that most people do. So when I really got deep into the spirituality work, I was really working on the staying in the moment of now. And from that place, I set a watch where everything that I was thinking that I might say, I was stopping and running the double check, like a spell check on the whole thing, looking at how it comes across to everybody. And I don't know, for probably at least the last 8 years, I would say there's not too many words that slip out of my mouth that I haven't run a double check to make sure that this is something I truly want to say, right?
I will witness to that. You do live by those rules. You know, and you help me. I've been working on it too. I'm working on it too. You're just ahead of me. But you are a time traveler.
Yeah, well, it's putting
time travel.
It's putting a space between some people just speak the words, is like on the fly, they just speak the words. It's slowing down the process, creating the gap between your mouth saying them and actually having the words formulated in your head, and staying in that space and watching it from there. So they call that the witnesser or the observer.
The observer, yeah.
And
third person observer, I like.
Yeah, so if you can stay in that space, you can actually double check the words before they come out.
Yeah, it's hard. It's something I got to work on. So I'm still working on this. But yeah, I want to be a time traveler, and I want you guys to continue to flip the tables. Right? We're going to continue here. Did you know Philo Farnsworth, the inventor of the television in 1938, did not allow his family to watch it? Quote, "There's nothing on it worthwhile, and I don't want it in your intellectual diet," end quote, said Mr. Farnsworth. He was aware of his invention's ability to control the mind, the population. Jason, did you know?
I didn't know, and it's good to know, because if you have the actual inventor not wanting his family to partake in it, that'd be like the original McDonald's owners, telling the family to not eat the food, which back then it might have been real. Now it's a different story. So the fact that the inventor knew that it had the ability to control your mind. Yeah, so many people now understand that the television, it's all the content on it has been created by Satanists. Now you can find ways to veg out and find something that's not super satanic, but it's all entertainment. It's all so that you can not have to think. And so you got to remember that. And just like all the other vices, be it drugs, porn, you name it, the television is on that list.
Yes, it's one of them, right? And again, what do you lift with your mind? Jason said that the TV, it just puts your mind to sleep, the flicker rate of it and what they put on it. So it's interesting that, this is all what we want you to know. We want you to think here constantly. Just constantly think. Now, this one says intuitive vibrations. Did you know that animals have inner knowing when someone has a kind heart and good vibrations? If animals like cats and dogs naturally come to you, it could be for this reason. You may not see it, but your essence is a lot more magnetic and comforting than you might know. You give off beautiful energy without even realizing you are that flow outward. Jason, what do you think of this one?
Well, I mean, some people might think it's an egotistical comment, but I have had many pet owners be shocked at how their animals reacted around me, where they didn't freak out, they were comfortable, and I guess that wasn't the norm for those pets or whatever. So, yeah, I've heard that my aura, just my behavior, that kind of stuff, it doesn't trigger the animals. I guess that's good news. Some people it does.
Yeah, no, it's not egotistical. You're just reporting what you've experienced with animals. That's it. And everybody else on the other side of the screen, if the animals aren't good around you, if you know you have bad energy, you got to work on that too. Right? Shadow work, there's all types of things.
No, there is a spiritual teacher that I listened to back in the day that he talked about reincarnation. He was a strong believer in it, and he said that in the animal collective, that he felt like he remembered a lifetime where he was a drunk and he was abusive to a horse, and then in this life, horses were always trying to kick him and knock him over, and he had terrible experiences with them, and then he went into deep contemplation, prayer, and like healed the relationship with the horses, and he felt that it was like generationally passed, like you were showing before, reincarnation trauma, that there might be a reason why some animals don't like you. You might have been an abusive person before,
and it can all be healed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use the animals as a barometer, the gauge, to see if you're doing a good job. If they come to you, if they're natural with you, find you your tribes and intuitive vibrations. Let's continue. We're getting closer to the end here. This one, boom, self-love. Jason, self-love, right? What do you think? Like chocolate, or what comes to mind? What's self-love?
Self-love. Well, it's really working on yourself as an individual. It's trying to put in the time and effort into yourself that you would hope to have from other people, right?
Is it like, a really nice bath with like rose petals and oils? Or what is self-love? Is it getting a new sports car, or new golf club? Self-love, right? Loving yourself. What the world tells you.
None of those material things I even think about. So
I know, but that's what the world tells people to think, right? The NPCs that might be hearing this, they might be tuning in. But true self-love, right, is discipline. Discipline is one of the highest forms of self-love. Discipline, people. This is how you love yourself, through discipline. It is quite literally telling yourself that you are going to delay instant gratification and comfort for better things to come in the future. This is what self-love is. A lot of people see self-love as a spa bath or a fancy coffee, but true self-love is how you manage yourself in the face of adversity. When you have to go through tough times, because they come, they happen. We all go through them. How you love yourself through these times is what makes you grow. How you talk to yourself. What are you willing to do? Out of all this time you got your processor running, your consciousness, your third person perspective, what are you going to do to connect to the version of yourself that you admire the most? Your desire. You. Who are you? What colors your soul? What do you admire the most about you? And you need to find it. That's what self-love truly is. True self-love is not easy. It is not easy. Denying instant gratification in a realm that is perpetuated on instant gratification. You have to deny it, right? You need to deny it so that you know that you'll have better things, more comforting things come in the future. This is how you build. This is how you build. This is a super important meme because it goes on to state it is one of the hardest yet most rewarding thing you can do. It is something that is earned, not given. I want everyone to just think about this for 1 second. It's only earned self-love. You can't buy it.
Think about anything that a person's going to value, like you're a great athlete, or you're a great musician, or you're a great artist, whatever it is that is your thing. It's the time, the work, the effort that's put into becoming good at those things, that it has to be earned. You can't just be given the ability to play the guitar or sing or dance or whatever it is. You can't just be given that. You literally have to earn it. So across the board, just know that effort in creates self-worth. All right, the more effort that you put in, the more you're going to have self-worth. You're going to know that you have skills. You're going to know that you can do these things because you put in the time and effort to be able to do them.
Yes, you earn it. And when you earn something, you keep it. It's yours. It's yours. It's yours. If people could actually get back to this type of mentality, we would be so much better off. We would have such righteous people. Everything would be so amazing. So again, self-love is about discipline. Discipline, denying instant gratification, taking your time, loving you, working on you first, not taking the quick hit. Anyways, again, this is a super important meme. Be out there earning stuff. If you want something, earn it. Do the work, put in the time, make the effort. Even if you don't feel like you're getting it, just stay at it. You got it. Especially if it's a desire. If you want to love yourself, do this. Okay. I'll continue here. We're getting later. Hack your mind. One of the best ways to reprogram the subconscious mind that no one ever talks about is simply to act as if. Hold your head up. You are a king. You are a queen. Hold your head up. You were created beautifully. And a lot of people are waiting to become the best version of themselves. They say, oh, next week I'll do this. Next week I'll do that. Why are you waiting? Walk in alignment today. Do it. Stand up straight. Do what you want. Do it again tomorrow and the next day. And as you continue to act as if, your brain will reprogram itself to suit your new habits and choices. It is really that simple, but it's really not necessarily always that easy. Jason, what say you on this meme?
Yeah. Putting together a string of days on any task. If you commit that you want to cut something out of your life, or you want to add something to your life, it starts today, and then you got to do it tomorrow. And then if you miss a day, then you get to start over again. Eventually, if you keep doing this in that fashion, all of a sudden you're going to have a whole bunch of days together in a row, and you won't even have to think about it anymore. It'll just become natural. Now, like it says, that's not necessarily easy, but it is the way to do it. So you can't accomplish that goal without that process. You have to start stringing some days together.
Yeah, I didn't lose like 250 pounds of fat off my body by not saying I got this. Today I'm going to do this, because there was years into what I'm saying. This wasn't an overnight thing. I acted as if, and I'm telling you guys, you could do anything you want. You got to reprogram your mind for what it desires. First, you got to find that. Then you can do anything if you have the proper attitude. Hack your mind. That was a good one. Affirmations. Affirmations are one of the most powerful ways to reprogram the subconscious mind. Why? Because the subconscious learns through what? Repetition. Write this down. Do you have a pen? Does anyone out there, do you guys have a notepad you can bring up, pull it up, write this down? You learn through doing things over and over and over again, kind of like reincarnating, right? There's a definite connection there. You likely struggle with believing your affirmations, especially if you've just started saying them. Telling myself I'm going to have a six-pack when I was in 6XL clothes, 5XL clothes, I'm going to have a six-pack was hard. I did not believe it, but I continued. Especially if you have just started saying them. I just started it. It was hard. Here is the thing. Have you ever heard of the saying, a lie repeated enough times becomes the truth? I think it was Bush. I don't know. One of the presidents said it. This could absolutely not be more true for affirmations. They feel false because you have not integrated them into your subconscious mind. The way to do that, to integrate them, is to simply continue repeating them until they are true. You can accomplish anything in the future of eternity if you take these words to heart. Anything you want, you repeat it and you fight for it. You do it and you work. You never give up. And you say the affirmations, you speak them into manifestation, right? The voice, this is a voice activated realm. Please, people, get in touch with your desires and start working through affirmations. Talk to yourself, be kind, be gentle with your soul. Find out what it is that you love. Start saying it. What do you want to change? Who do you want to be? What you can do, anything. You are limitless. It's not just me. It's you. It's Jay. It's everyone in the chat, everyone in the future. I'm time traveling. You guys are limitless up here in the future. I don't even know which day this is. I could be 1,000 years from now. You're limitless. Okay, people? Find your affirmations and start doing it. Jason?
Yeah, reprogramming yourself through repetition. That almost sounds like virtual reality talk. Right? So we talk about the nature of the reality that we're in, and then all of a sudden a word like reprogramming, it makes more sense. So at first it seems foreign. Like, think about what it was like when we started using different names for Jesus, right? At first it felt really foreign and unnatural, but through repetition and as accurate knowledge of knowing that the name couldn't be Jesus, but through that repetition, all of a sudden it became natural. Now even when we made some subtle changes here and there, I feel like making those transitions are now all of a sudden much, much easier. So
you've integrated them into your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what this meme is saying. Listen, everybody, we are hacking. We are hacking the entire creation right now. We've been given the cheat codes. Here we go. I prayed for the console, however you hackers want to call it. the program behind the program. It's telling me that this is what it is. If you desire something and you repeat it and you hold it in mind and you put the work in for it, you can have it. I promise. This is absolutely, I'll stand on this.
There are limits until the millennial reign.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm talking about forever right now.
Yes.
I'm giving you guys the cliff notes to forever. The Creator loves us. He's going to give you your desires. He knows what you desire, right? They know everything. The Creator had planned everything good for each one of us. You just have to stay on your path. I'll move on. We're getting late. This one says the Judger. Dun, 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 the Judger. It kind of triggered me when I was making this. I was triggered my own self. It says here, every time we judge another person, we reveal an unhealed part of ourselves. Oftentimes, the first thing we judge other people for are the same things we do not like most about ourselves. Now, this isn't always true. Okay, I want to hold a special moment here. Judging someone and someone showing you what they are two different things, right? Someone shows you what they are through repetition and time. Judging something is something that happens quickly. It goes on to state, what is this? Because our egos don't want to be alone in our suffering when you quickly judge, and you rush to judge. So instead, our egos will subconsciously tear other people down for the same things we are insecure about. That's how it happens, everybody. If you just watch society, if you study analytics and data, and you just look at the people's emotions and reactions and things they say data-wise, you will absolutely verify that this meme is absolute truth. This creates a false sense of security when you go around and you fight people and you pull everybody down and everyone mocks everybody. Now, there's a difference between correcting somebody that you love, disciplining them because you care, and judgment. Another differentiation, Jason brings up the Greek. Well, I've got 8 different variation words for the word love. Okay, I'm going to give you an 8th version of things. This creates a false sense of security for the ego. This is weak. You then stand on sinking sand. You want to be on bedrock. It is much easier to do this than to put in the work and to change and become our best self. So this is an interesting point here. If you're judging someone or you're noticing things triggering you, you might want to work on that yourself, right? If you're mocking someone and then you turn around and find out you're being hypocritical of that same thing. This was a sign. This is a lesson. I'm not trying to make anyone triggered. I'm trying to tell you guys that these things happen to us so we can learn from them. It says, but what hurts more? The pain of putting in the work to grow, to heal whatever part of you might be causing you to lash out at other people, or the pain of staying the same. The choice is all ours, and we make it each and every day. Are you going to be the judger, or are you going to find ways to heal your inner self? And sometimes people do need correction. How do you think angels work? You don't think that people here on earth don't literally do miracles every day? They don't work in the spirit, right? They do. You can read the scriptures throughout it. You can see exactly what the Holy Spirit has done and what it can do. And you want to use any name, use any word you want. We can use any language, any transliteration. I can draw you a picture, a stick picture, and I will explain this exact same stuff. Don't be a judger, people. Learn. Right, Jay? What do you want to say?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that very first sentence, the every time we judge another person, we reveal an unhealed part of ourselves. And like you said, it's not every time. So projection is common, though. We've all experienced it. That the person that has gay thoughts, they often project. Well, they used to. They've changed now, but they used to project masculinity. The preacher that was the harshest about adultery was probably having an affair. The politician that, was super hard on drug addicts was probably a drug addict. So we all understand that it's common for people to project, just like this whole meme is about. It's not all the time, but it is very common. So you can sometimes, just based on what a person seems to be super defensive about, be able to figure out what their own issue is.
Yes. And again, I want to bring up, there's a difference between someone telling you who they are, showing you, right? That's not judging them. That's what they are. People, every time, this says here, this is a choice we all make every day. What you do, how you act in the face of adversity, when you act when someone insults you, anything, how you move forward is basically who you are and how you'll be remembered. This one says, the inventor, the greatest hoax ever sold. Now there's multiple greatest hoax. Okay. There's no, I don't know what the greatest of all time thing. Sir Richard Owen, who created the term dinosaur, wanted to prove evolution to be true. He knew that many of the scientific community embraced the same goal as him. He was broke and desperate to succeed. After his invention of the quote dinosaur end quote in 1842, amazingly, the first dinosaur discovery happened in 1858. Jason, what do you think of this meme?
Yeah, I sort of knew this fact already. Having gone through the dino hoax, I had it pegged to like 1850s. So yeah, it is good to know that he invented the concept of it in 1842, and then 1858. Yeah, plaster of Paris. They needed the missing link. The whole thing was about filling in the missing link. So this goes back to evolution, which is all from heliocentrism, from the Big Bang. This is all about creating a reality that doesn't have a creator. It's
an occultist fake reality to dumb the people down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's great. Now we have the data. 1842, he invented the word dinosaur and the concept, and all of a sudden, a few years later, they found a dinosaur. Let's keep going here. We're almost done. This one says, mind master. Sorry, I could have done that better. The more meditation goes deep, the more you will become master of your own thoughts. You will say stop, and your mind will stop. You will say move, your mind will move. Once this capability comes to you, you will not fall down again mentally. Unless this is achieved or you discontinue to meditate, soon every result will be washed away. Now, this meme here is a super, super basic, strong, fundamental mind weightlifting. When you have a thought in your head that's running wild, and we have many thoughts that come forward that you just do. You tell them to stop, and they stop. And then when you want to think about something, I want to create something today, mind. Let's make something. And then it makes it. You will know that you are becoming the master of your mind. Jason?
Yeah, I remember when I first tried to meditate, I was absolutely shocked. Like, it was my first attempt at it. I had never tried meditating before. And I sat down and I tried to be quiet and I tried to still my mind. And it wasn't until then that I could actually tell how the thoughts were, they just came streaming to me like unstoppable. I was just overwhelmed by it. And all of a sudden I heard all this noise in my mind. I was like, it seemed impossible to me to be able to actually be able to stop thought, to be able to put it on pause. And I continued to practice. And it's a slow, gradual thing. It's like losing a large amount of weight. It takes time. It takes years. And I did get to the point where I actually had control of thought, where I could stop it. And I would go into a meditation and there wouldn't be thought. It would just be empty and quiet. And there wasn't the words coming to me in mind. And those types of meditations seemed timeless. Like you would come out of it in sort of a stupor. You didn't really know how long you were in that state. And the point that's in it about if you get that control, if you don't continue to practice it, it is something that will wash away. It's something that you can have control over and make the mind literally your slave, where you pull the strings on it. And when you don't want it operating, you can turn it off. And when you do want it operating, you can turn it on. But if you don't stay with that routine, you can just slip into becoming the observer again of the mind instead of the master of it. So it's a great meme. I really do appreciate it.
Mind master. Let's move on here. Did you know? This is a much requested meme. Make sure you check your reality check, link in the description. Despite being just 2.4 miles apart, the Diomede Islands have a 21-hour time difference between them. Now, this one here, just like, wow, how does this happen? This is in the Bering Strait. This is between Russia and Alaska, right? World War III. Jason, do you want to explain this? I can, but I'll relegate the duties to you.
Yeah, it's simple. The day has to begin somewhere, and so it's an arbitrary line that they created. So even though these places are very close to each other, they have that big of a time difference. It doesn't mean that the sun doesn't rise at nearly the same time for them and set at nearly the same time. They've just manipulated the day by their clocks is all they've done. So it's probably a bit of a joke between those two places there that they're on different days when they're actually so close. But yeah, that's because we have a beginning of the day and we have an end of the day. And we've shown that on a stereographic map, it makes absolute sense how the day begins and how the day ends.
So basically what we're saying is, if you align, let's say, the center of the map, the rectangle map that we share on Jerusalem, to go with the scriptures and what they teach and what we can find there as physical evidence from what they say and what's there. We move to the end of the day, right? It cuts down through Alaska, which is not too far from here, right? So this would be the most easternly place here in the realm and the most westernly place right here. And this is where they arbitrarily drew the timeline. Nothing changes. The sun still rises. They have their circle of sight here, like my circle around my pointer here. They see the sun rise and set, all the stars and everything inside that little circle down there that my pointer is showing you. And this is a great illustrator to show you when the day begins. The next day, as soon as the sun crosses here, whatever, boom, they're in the next day. And that's how they have it. So I'll move on to the last one. This one is very important. It's called unconditional love. Unconditional. The truth is, without love, we have absolutely nothing. We are constantly taught to love each other under conditions. This is why there is so much of a disconnect between us all. We are hurting each other, and that pain causes us to lash out and hurt others. Cycles of abuse perpetuating themselves throughout society. We cannot solve this problem by applying the same solution. We cannot keep loving each other from solely a third dimensional or third position or the egoic, wounded, and conditional perspective. Love itself is limitless. Love is much deeper than the flesh, and we are better than that. We are all connected, and unconditional love is the vibration that dissolves the illusion of separateness. Between all of creation, we are all connected through morphic resonance. We are all connected through our past lives, right? The morphic resonance has morphogenetic fields that then talk about all past species, each kind, their own kin. They all have a collective memory. We're all in this ether-like soup, or however you want to describe it. We need to learn how to be unconditionally loving. Now, that doesn't mean that you keep everything that comes by you. You have to love yourself first. And when you understand what your desires are, then you'll then find those other people at the same vibration as you. But then when you find those people, you got to love them unconditionally. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, especially if we're going on forever. And you find someone that obviously you've had some connection with before you were here, before this thought, you can feel it. You need to be unconditional towards them. It doesn't matter what happens. This is true love. Now, if we're talking about the entire thread of memes that we've gone through tonight, all the different teachings, all the different things about mastering your mind, finding your own desires, learning to flip the tables, all these practices, all these cards, all these teachings, keep with you guys and be unconditional with those in your tribe. Like, we need to set the example, right? And we do it through being unconditional. We need to learn how to not hurt each other. You know, I've literally, you know, had people have lashed out at me, you know, and how I reacted was I didn't lash back out, you know, because I'm doing this work, right? I replied with an unconditional love response. You don't hurt other people. Don't hurt them. Just be quiet. Be quiet. Move on. Find those that you vibrate with and love them unconditionally. Right? But this is such an important meme, and I really want people to understand that we don't have to continue to perpetuate this. We are way better than that. We're here. We have all the tools at our disposal. We can become our best selves. It's literally our responsibility to do it. And if we have forever, why not start now? Why not? Why not start limitlessly loving yourself and loving those around you, your family, your friends, learning how to deal with them not being in the same type of a reincarnation position as you. You have to learn how to love that too. Jason, what do you want to say about this one?
Yeah, well, you know my take on it, that we're all players or participants in this realm called Earth, and we're all experiencing this same reality at the same time. So we know from the scriptures that this is part of a weeding process where we're weeding out the wicked spirits. They're going to be gone and removed from this world, and the good, righteous ones are going to be the ones to live eternally. And so I see all the participants that, you know, I hope to be one of the ones that make it through this judging process. I see all the participants that do as like eternal beings that I'm going to be with forever. So I always want to offer the most amount of open space for somebody to be who they are, to be different, to be separate, follow their passions, their desires, and not be limiting to them in any way possible. We know that we have to all abide by certain rules that the Creator has laid down for us. We're not going to be able to lie, cheat, steal, or harm. And but beyond that, there really is a lot of room for unconditional love, where you can just love that spirit and allow them to be who they are. So that's been my take on it.
Yes, that means okay. I want to break this down a little bit. We're at the bell here. It was pretty close. It's like when I go grocery shopping and I take a certain amount of money and then I don't do the calculation and I get there and it's like 5 cents less. Sometimes I have to put stuff back. I didn't bring enough money in. So you can manifest whatever you want, but unconditional love is something that we all are going to be doing. And this means spirits are going to come and go in your life. You're going to lose people. They're going to come back. And what does this mean? This means that we love them unconditionally. We always forgive. We always let people do what they want. We don't need to abide by the so-called society's rules. We don't. What we need to do is find out what each person on the other side of the screen desires. And then you just go and do it. And if it's not harming anybody, if it's not hurting anybody, this is what we promote. We don't want anyone to be doing anything that they weren't created to do. And to find out what you were created to do, you need to love yourself and the people around you unconditionally, because we got forever, right? So let's start today. Let's be limitless. I constantly am putting it out there, the limitless TLC, the limitless channel, the learning channel, the loving channel. We can go on and on and on, but you guys on the other side of the screen, I hope that you take this information. I don't know what you're dealing with, what you've been through, but I hope I've done some service to somebody out there. That's, even if it's just one person, if I made a difference, that is the greatest reward I could ever ask for in this life right now. Is that tonight, I hope I reached you guys. I tried to be as open and honest, and I really enjoyed this time. There's nothing more that I wanted to do than create these memes to share with everybody. And I just hope we all get lifted up. Let's ascend out of this place through a meme, right? Let's see what the next chapter is, right? I'm excited to see the next chapter. You guys, we're living it together. I love you guys. Thank you all for being here tonight. Jason?
I love you all too. Love you all too. There is a chance. Keep your eyes open for a possible live stream tomorrow going over the war is a hoax, because there's a whole bunch of content to run through right now. Maybe if not tomorrow, we'll do that content on Sunday night. We'll have to see how it goes. Just keep your eyes open.
Take the screen share, yeah.
We absolutely appreciate all of you, and missed you when we weren't live too. So we've had people talking about how they enjoy this time period together. We do too. So we look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you for joining. And the only place you're ever going to hear this is on the Yahawahashai News Network.
I don't wanna feel like this no more. The way that you roll your eyes, smile through the darkest times. I don't wanna be like this no more. The way that you hold me tight, search for it all my life. 'Cause you've got every piece of me, darkness with all the dreams. Yeah, it haunts me. And every day I want you more. Hardship, the thrill and all. Yeah, it haunts me. Yeah, it haunts me. We're on fire, baby, don't stop burning. Scared to fall in love for you, it's worth it. You say you'll never leave. We're on fire, baby, don't stop burning. Scared to fall in love for you, it's worth it. You know it's worth the pain. Wanna fight, light a spark, feel the flames, it's not enough. I'm on fire, it's gone too far, yeah, it haunts me. Wanna fight, light a spark, feel the flames, it's not enough. I'm on fire, make it stop, yeah, it haunts me. just trying to feel something more. And you I've come to find, yeah, you're so alive. Hanging on the edge, I'm about to fly. So scared of the fall, but you're always worth the high.